Welcome to Devotions from Israel, a 5-minute word of encouragement. Today's devotion is from Luke chapter 8. The Gospels are filled with examples of how Jesus befriended individual people in need. Now, certainly, while the crowds were very interested to hear what Jesus was teaching, and they gathered to listen to Jesus teach primarily about the kingdom, and yet Jesus was all about befriending individual people, either with physical needs and indeed with spiritual needs. Well, Luke 8 leads up to the story that we focus on in this devotion. Already Jesus is befriending a demoniac on the eastern side of the lake, a location where Jews typically didn't go. This was Gentile territory. And yet after that man was completely transformed, Jesus returns back to the western shoreline of the Sea of Galilee. The text tells us when he came home, which probably indicates to us that while the city name of Capernaum is not listed specifically, this is probably where Jesus was returning to, the area of Capernaum along the northwest corner of the lake. And here, two individuals meet him. These are two people in need. Our focus is upon one of these two people. Here is the story from Luke chapter 8. Now when Jesus returned, a crowd welcomed him, for they were expecting him. Then a man named Jairus, a synagogue leader, came and fell at Jesus' feet, pleading with him to come to his house, because his only daughter, a girl of about 12, was dying. As Jesus was on his way, the crowds almost crushed him, and a woman was there who had been subject to bleeding for 12 years, but no one could heal her. She came up behind him and touched the edge of his cloak, and immediately her bleeding stopped. "Who touched me?" Jesus asked. When they all denied it, Peter said, "Master, the people are crowding and pressing against you." But Jesus said, "Someone touched me, and I know that power has gone out from me." Then the woman, seeing that she could not go unnoticed, came trembling and fell at his feet. In the presence of all the people, she told why she had touched him and how she had been instantly healed. Then he said to her, "Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace." Now I picture this woman sort of staying back behind the crowds initially. When Jesus lands on the shoreline, of course, it's Jairus, the synagogue leader, who greets him and wants him to come to attend to his daughter's need. But perhaps behind the shadows, this woman, disgraced by her condition, not able to really be in public all that much, finds a way to come and touch the edge or the hem of the garment Jesus was wearing. Now today in my hand I have what is called a tallit. This tallit has 4 corners, and attached to the corners are zazits. They're called threads. There are 8 of them, and there are 5 knots. This represents the laws of the Jewish culture. Most likely, Jesus did not wear a tallit as it's sized today, Most likely, over the centuries, this certainly developed to be a prayer shawl used today by Jews as they pray. But in the first century AD, this cloak, this tallit as we call it today, probably did not take the same form. And yet, no doubt, the similarities of the hem of the garment indeed can be noticed. Now, this hem of the garment to which the threads are attached is called a kanaf in Hebrew. It means hem. But it also can mean wing. Could it be that this woman knew exactly what the prophet Malachi said? And I'll read this particular passage, this one verse from chapter 4, verse 2. But for you who fear my name, the Son of Righteousness shall rise with healing in its wings. Kanafim, the plural of kanaf. It's the same word, as I mentioned, as hem. Could it be that this woman thought that by touching the hem, the kanaf of Jesus, she could be healed? Well, even more than this, when she does touch the hem, Jesus notices that power went out from him, and she is healed. But the touching comment that Jesus makes to her is this: "Daughter, your faith has healed you." It's the only time in the Gospels where Jesus refers to a woman as daughter. Jesus availed himself to this woman in need, and it was not the touching of the garment that healed her, it was her faith in Jesus. Today, allow Jesus to heal you as you express and place your faith in him. Until next time, shalom.